two events of the modern era are now complete, and I figure for this segment it's now time for us to move on to our first tournament event, which by the way is the Class 3 tournament, and I know precisely which car it is I want to use. So we're going to head up to the Porsche Centre, also head up to the used car lot because I know these cars are less expensive, and I can just find it in here somewhere. Should be somewhere close by, I think. Yeah, here it is. We can basically use either the Porsche 911 Carrera 2 or the Porsche 911 Carrera 4. And in terms of which one of these two cars I'm going to use, well, I'm going to use the cheaper of the two, and that is going to be the Carrera 2. So that's what I'm doing, and that is the car I'm going to use. I'm also going to put a paint job on this thing because, well, I figured since I drove a car that was yellow more recently, or gold I think it was, I'm going to change the colour of this thing, just to see what happens. Yeah, why not? I don't think I've actually used this colour yet, although it'll surprise me if I have, anyways. Oh, okay, well apparently that's something I didn't know I could do in this game. Well, I guess you learn something new every day. Anyways, on to tournament mode, and it is time for us to move on to the Class 3 tournament for what is my second attempt of recording this, since the first attempt, well, I was not satisfied with it. But I am going to try this again. So for our competition this time we have a Porsche 968 with 5 Boxsters and 1 Porsche 911 Carrera 4 as our competition, and the tracks we're going to include Fortress Village, the French Riviera, Desert Valley, Country Moors in Scotland, and the Japanese Shipyards, which I'm going to assume are the Shipyards of Tokyo. But anyways, this is the car we are using. And are we going to win at least 4 out of 5 of these races? Well, I would think so. So we have a choice between 2 races here. Of course I'm going to do the advanced races first because I just want to make sure I get the championship clinched and out of the way. And then once I do head over to... How much is it going to cost for me to fully repair this thing? Yeah, sod it. Okay, let's go to Fortress Village, where our first race is proving to be a night race. And the opponents we are going up against include Shock, Hijack, and Vegas. And there is another 911 in this race, so something tells me this is going to be a closely fought race.
3, 2, 1.
I would think, but we shall wait and see. Anyways, I did fully repair the car just in case, so I am ready for this. Also figured it was necessary for me to do it, and I forgot to turn my setup off. Well, anyways, I suppose it probably doesn't matter too much here. Although in saying that, I have got one Carrera 4 right behind me who I am trying to fend off. I should have turned off the setup I had. I must have forgotten to turn off the setup I had with the 917 before going into the modern events. Basically having the maximum gear ratio and minimum suspension stiffness, I think, is what it was with the car itself. And so far, I honestly don't think I do want... Honestly, I don't think I should turn off the setup so far. Because even though these gears are much longer, it at least proves, of course, that my car is clearly faster than that of Vegas. At least I think it's Vegas who's driving the other 911, but anyway. I am slowly pulling away from Vegas at this stage. And even though my acceleration might be a little bit slower, I can at least say I'm getting a great turn of speed here. I probably forgot to turn off the setup I used in the 917 race for
It's the final lap.
both the Boxster Trophy and the 968 Trophy respectively. That must have been the setup I was running in both of those races. Of course I did need to use that setup because if I didn't, then I would not have been able to make as much money as I have been making so far. And I'm actually surprised to say this car so far has sustained minimal damage compared to the amounts of damage I've sustained before with this thing up to this point. But overall, things so far, they are definitely looking good. I think is the word I'm trying to use. But yeah, anyways. So pulling away with the lead here. And there we go, victory at Fortress Village.
Congratulations, you've won the race.
And I won by over 11.5 seconds over Vegas. Hijack finished in third, and it was Shock who finished in last in his 968. Anyways, one race down and still 4 to go. Hopefully now we can continue this trend we have now put ourselves on. Also, I should mention, when I close the curtains, it does actually make it easier for me to see the TV when it's daylight outside. And Moose won the Session 1 race in his Boxster, knowing that he has the same amount of money as me. And let's now move on to the French Riviera. And where... yeah, this must have been the setup I was using in the 917 race, but anyways. I'll put the gear ratio down a bit, and well, suspension stiffness, I'll keep that more or less the same. But yeah, I think that would explain why I effectively won the Boxster Trophy race the way I did. Because I forgot to change the setup I was running in the 917 Cup race. I think that was also the same with the 959.
3, 2, 1, go!
I decided to do a rerun with. Oh, what do you know? We are both driving the same colour Porsche. So yeah. I put the gear ratios down a bit just because I was wanting to try and see if running minimal suspension stiffness could really make me as fast as I currently am at this stage. And so far, for me at least, it has proven to be the case. And look to be slowly pulling away from the field behind me now. As I hit a top speed of 168 miles an hour and go straight into the harbour as a result of me not braking soon enough. There's still plenty of time for me to get back in the lead, as long as I don't make too many mistakes. I can confidently say Vegas is running the same colour 911 now with the one that I'm running. Hopefully I can prove to be the superior 911 Carrera at this stage, not using my rearview mirror because, well, I clouted the left hand side of this car pretty hard, so I don't think I'm going to use the rearview now, at least not until the next race.
It's the final lap.
And 10 seconds ahead of the overall lap record, and this time easing off the throttle for me to go into the corner. You've also got to shift down on the exit of the roundabout, because I can assure you that's one of the hardest things you can do here. And so we are now into the final corner here, and overshooting the corner just a little bit there, but I am able to hold off Vegas in his fellow 911 Carrera, and it is 2 wins to the Carrera 2.
Congratulations, you've won the race.
And apparently there might be damage, probably didn't matter that much. But either way, probably shouldn't matter anyway, because I still won the race over Vegas. I can say the 911 Carrera 4 is slightly better than the Carrera 2 statistically, but either way, I've still got a pretty good car. And I'm also pretty sure this is going to likely be another one of those situations where I wind up winning most of the races. Moose now has 2 wins in a row with his Boxster, like me. And now we head to Desert Valley. So how much damage have I got on this thing? It's quite a bit. I'm going to do... yeah, that should probably do it. Okay, anyways. Let's now move on to race 3 of the modern Class 3 tournament, as I am pretty sure this is going to be another easy dub. So here we go.
1, go!
And already off to an electrifying start as I move up 1 position from where I started. and immediately fail to somehow pull off a dive bomb there on the inside. And still more contact is being continually made at this stage. I am slowly closing in on the leaders as we now head into the trickiest part of the circuit. And that is a lot of rear damage I've done to that Boxster. Now I just have to figure out how to pass. Yeah, really had to get the elbows out there to get myself past Vegas there in his Carrera 4. I'm now back up into the lead, and where hopefully I can manage to hold on. Even though the one thing I definitely cannot guarantee is success. But knowing how this championship has gone so far and how I've already won the first 2 races in pretty dominating fashion, I'm hopeful in saying I can pretty much do the same again. And that's a wall. Fuck you. Oh god, it's right behind me. This I don't think is going to be an easy feat for me to achieve. Anyways.
It's the final lap.
So, not anywhere close to lap record speed, but either way, I don't think it should really matter too much because I'm still out in front in spite of the mistakes I've made. And hopefully I can manage to now stay out front, which is precisely what I'm hoping for. I really cannot tell if this is just another shade of black or if it's jet black that I'm running in now. Oh, could be either one of those colours personally, the way I see it. But anyway. I still lead the way here at Desert Valley, and it looks as though this is going to be yet another easy win for myself and my triumphant 911 Carrera 2.
You beat the track record. Congratulations. You've won the race.
And apparently I beat the overall track record. And won basically by 9 seconds in the end over Vegas. Hijack was 3rd, and Shock finishes last in his yellow 968. Which at this point has not really seen much success. But either way, there are still 2 races to go. I've now won 3 of them, and if I can win 1 more race at this point, then the championship is pretty much mine for the taking. So yeah. And I'm going to assume it must have been Moose who won the 3rd race, but it could have very well been Buzz. Anyways. A 12-point lead for me over Vegas as we now head over to Country Moors. And pretty sure I'm going to have to repair this thing as well, so might as well just get that out of the way. And now, let's head over to the Country Moors in Scotland. Ironically, the same country that gave us the telephone. Also the home country of both Jim Clark and Jackie Stewart.
3, 2, 1, go!
And of course the hugely likeable David Coulthard. He probably has to be one of F1's most iconic television commentators and former drivers. And yep, things definitely got... I can definitely say things got messy there through that corner. There was no doubt in saying how messy that one corner was. It was honestly a miracle to say that did not wind up being any worse than it actually was. Anyway. We are going through with this and crossing over the bridge. I can now confidently say that is a bridge, not a wall, from when there were times in the past where I previously did think that was a wall, and why I essentially made the previous mistakes I did. And already I've pulled away to an almost unsurmountable lead over the AI at this stage. They're probably just at the start-finish line by now, whilst I'm here in this right-hander. So it is fair to say so far I'm definitely looking good in terms of my on-track pace. Whilst I'm going through this town here at Scotland Harbour, in your very typical British weather. And across the bridge we go. And that's a wall. Anyways, just running some good lap times here.
It's the final lap.
And so begins the final lap here at Country Moors. I'm now already up to basically an unassailable lead at this point. And I say that literally because of all the rain. And also because, well, the AI just basically cannot beat me here. I've seemingly got so much more pace than they do at this stage, and it's hard to imagine a situation where I lose this race. Well, unless I end up being costed a race win because of this game's janky physics in certain areas. But aside from that, I don't really think there's anything else for me to be complacent about. I just need to make sure I hold on to the lead, and I just need to make sure I hold on to the lead at this stage and win, basically. Isn't really anything else I can do except for that.
Congratulations! You've won the race!
And I just over-revved. Oh well, doesn't matter. I just decimated the field in that race. I won by nearly 38 seconds over Vegas, and my lap time was at least 10.5 seconds quicker than Vegas. Personally, I think that's amazing, even though the start of the race was a bit chaotic with all the contact that was made. But anyway, point is, I still win, and now we just have one race to go, and that one race we have to do is in Japan. Onwards to the Shipyards we go. And where I'm basically just going to be riding easy. Because I have to. So there we go. I've pretty much got the championship clinched now. Regardless of what anyone does, the championship is basically mine. I can basically not enter the next race and yet still win the championship. Because that's how far ahead I am of everyone else. So yeah, onwards to Japan. And I'm going to do the novice race, because I'm going up against Boxsters, and also because I figure, well, if I can manage to get the track layout done correctly, then it should pretty much be easy pickings for me the way I see it. So, just fully repairing the car, and now we head to the race itself. Racing with the novice drivers, because I do not need to do another race with the pros. Pardon. I'm also pretty sure this is something I can probably win now, because now that my curtains are closed, I have stronger visibility of where the track is. And already up into the lead now. Unsurprisingly, I might add, because, well, I'm racing against Boxsters. And at least I can say, in spite of the pitch blackiness, I can somehow see where the road is. And these Boxsters are not going easy on me. Unsurprisingly. But anyway. Chances of me winning this race were going to be slim anyway, because I know the AI are clearly better than me at this course. But I think the only objective I really have at this stage is to not finish last. That's basically what my overall objective is. Making sure that I finish the race and don't finish in last. That's kind of what my main objective is here. If I can successfully not finish last, then that's basically all I care about. And I was only 2 seconds off the lap record. I have no idea why there is so much crap in the middle of the road, and yet the AI are just not seeming to hit it in the same areas that I am. I don't understand how that's meant to work. That is just very confusing. About knowing how I literally get speed scrubbed off, but yet the AI don't. That is just so bizarre to me. It basically makes me wonder why they even bother putting the goddamn things there in the first place. If you know it's just going to make you slower. I am not finishing last. I don't fucking care who you are, I am not finishing last. I don't give a shit about who you are, I am not finishing this race in last. You better fuck off if you think I'm gonna hand over this position. Fuck you. Okay. Able to survive those beams another time.
It's the final lap.
And not really setting any remarkable lap times at this stage, but that's okay because I knew chances of me winning this race were going to be slim anyway, but as long as I don't finish in last, then that's basically all I care about at this stage. Nothing more, nothing less. As long as I don't come home last, that's literally all I care about, over what I personally think is a terrible track to drive. Or a track that's very unfun to drive, I should say. Because without streetlights, I literally cannot see a thing on these roads. So, still running in third at the moment, and I'm okay with this because it's better than running in last, which is basically what my main objective was coming into this race. Basically just finding a way to not finish last. Still don't understand why the crap around the shipyards is just so scattered that the AI do not get their speed scrubbed off.
You placed third.
Well, it's better than finishing last. That's all I care about. I don't think I would have been able to win this race, but either way, even if I had been a contender for the win, I don't think it really would have mattered too much because I would have basically had my ass handed to me by the AI anyway, but for me to say I did not finish last in this race is a minor miracle in and of itself, considering how this track has basically put a curse on me. I'm also pretty sure if there were more streetlights up here, I would have been able to see where the road surface was in comparison to the fences. Because in those areas, I can just see nothing. Just absolutely nothing on the road. Nothing whatsoever. Still, I'm happy to just come out of here with a podium finish, to be completely honest with you. Can I get any shots of the shipyards in this thing? I kind of want to do that, considering we are right by Tokyo Harbor. Okay, I think that should do it. Yeah, I still don't understand why the crap scattered over the shipyards basically scrubbed the speed off on me, but not on the AI. I've got no idea how that's supposed to work. Okay, moving on. Well, I still get money at the end of the day, and at least it means I succeeded in not finishing last this time, because I kind of knew it was going to be impossible for me to beat the AI around the shipyards, although it doesn't matter anyway because I still win at the end of the day. So Moose gets second place in the end of that. Presumably he won the second race. Vegas finishes third over Buzz, Hijack, Astro, Edge 2, and Shock finishes last in the lone Porsche 968. May not get the most money, but I still score the most points, and that's all I care about. So 70 grand to me, 60 grand to Moose, and 50 grand to Vegas. I'm just so glad to say I did not finish last in that second race. And just so I don't have to go through all the stress again, I am going to save the game, because I figure this is something that needs to be done. Okay, and now let's check out our trophy. So there it is. We have now won the the modern Class 3 tournament. And we still have 2 more to go. But anyway, that's now our 3rd event complete in the modern era. And I guess next up we'll be doing one of the Porsche 911 races. But as to which one, I am not sure. But we'll wait and see. Also, FYI, we are now at a nice completion percentage. Anyways, with that, stay tuned for more of Porsche 2000.